think he blew up, and he hit my robo. Detonated my hand.
Hey. Oh, you big man. Oh, you fucking big man.
He C4'd the
That's why
ceiling.
he wins tournaments! That's the clutch! He's born with the clutch gene! Nobody can stop this guy! Release this guy!
Hey, what's up guys, Enders here, welcome back to another video. I uploaded a finals video a couple days ago, and it got absolutely algorithmed to hell. We're talking like, I think that video's at 65,000 views. Probably the most viewed video in the shortest amount of time I've ever had on my channel, so thank you guys so much for that, because I was seriously not expecting that. The first video I made was my first impressions of the game, and since then I've played a lot more, and I have to say I'm having a ton of fun, and in this video I'm going to go over the top 5 things they need to change or fix in the finals in order to make it even more fun for all of us. I also plan on making a in-depth setting and class guide for this game, so if you want to see that, hit the like button, and of course subscribe to the channel if you are new here. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. Follow my Twitch stream at first link in the description. So now that we have all the formalities out of the way, let's jump into the top 5 things that can change to make the finals an even better and more fun game. So, number 1 is going to be very, very obvious and very straightforward. Heavy needs a nerf. And I'm not going to even elaborate until you watch this clip. So there are actually 2 really messed up things that I'm going to include in this video just from this clip, but let's talk about the heavy first. So let's look at his loadout. So he has a shield wall with 1050 HP, an auto shotgun that can 2-shot light players and 3-shot medium players, an RPG that can 1-shot light players, basically almost kill medium players, and deal half HP to heavy players, and it has absolutely no downside of being hip-fired at all. You can hip-fire it very accurately. And on top of all of this, he also gets an extremely high HP bubble shield that he can use the shotgun and RPG inside of, and to top things off, he has C4, which he can attach to barrels to instantaneously kill you, all while having the highest HP in the game. And there's basically no downsides to this class. And I know some people are going to comment, well, he is really slow. It really doesn't matter, because in this game, if you have good positioning, if you're playing inside of buildings, pushing a heavy is absolutely terrifying on any class, especially if you're a light player. It doesn't really matter if you could jump on a heavy with a light player, because he can 1-shot you or 2-shot you. So some of the changes I would suggest here is make it so if you want to use the shield wall or the bubble shield, you cannot equip both at the same time. Next, I would probably address some things relating to the shotgun. I would either reduce its damage or I would reduce its fire rate. Next, for the RPG, I would make it so it doesn't do enough damage in order to 1-shot a light character. I'd maybe make it do 100, maybe 120 damage, because right now I think it does 180, and light characters have 150 HP. And I'm totally aware that you can't really over-nerf heavy, or else it becomes useless with its lower movement speed and inability to really jump anywhere without a medium player having a zipline or a jump pad. But as it stands right now, it is definitely the best fighting character in the entire game. You have unbelievable sustain, you can block thousands of damage, you can 1-shot people left and right. It's simply too strong. Now, moving on to another thing that was shown in that clip. If you want to go back and watch it right now, you can. At the beginning of the clip, he threw a barrel with C4 attached to it, and he got a double kill with that. Now, I completely understand that throwing barrels and hitting those skill shots with the barrels to kill people is a skill shot, and it is part of the game. But attaching C4 to a barrel, thus like tripling its explosive payload and being able to 1-shot multiple people at once from range, I don't really think that should be a thing. And it's very easy to fix this. All you have to do is make it so you can't attach C4 to barrels. That way, the skill shot ability of being able to hit a barrel on somebody is retained, but it's kind of toned down a little bit to a more acceptable level. Moving on to the third thing I would change in the finals, and this is a bit of an addition that I would suggest. Comment down below if you've had this situation. You wiped a team, clean wipe, you're gonna go capture the cash out station. But oh no, the game is about to end, right? There's 5 seconds left. You have no chance of winning the game, even though you just killed that team that held that cash out station really clean and super easily. You're now guaranteed to lose, even though you're on the cash out station actively trying to capture it for your team. In my opinion, if you are alive, capturing the cash out station for your team and the game timer runs out, the game timer should either add 1 minute of overtime so that there is an opportunity for one last overtime fight to occur to decide the winner of the game, or if you are on the cash out while game time ends, you should, again, go into overtime, but if you are killed off of it while you're trying to flip it for your team, the game ends, and then the game just ends like normal, right? Either way, my suggestion is add an overtime period so that, I don't know, you have a chance to win, because it does feel shitty sometimes when you make the correct play and you just, like, lose on time. And maybe you didn't even lose on time because you died to this team. Maybe you lost on time because you just got done winning another cash out and you have to third party them in order to win the game. I think this would be a great addition, and I think it would just overall enhance the competitive nature. I know a lot of games, particularly like Overwatch and a game called Gundam Evolution, work very similarly with the way capture point game modes work, so I don't necessarily think it would be a bad addition to this game. Jumping over in game for the fourth and fifth thing I would change about the finals. As you can see in the center of my screen, I have a crosshair overlay right now in my OBS. This crosshair overlay will represent the exact screen center at all times. And if you didn't know, where your bullets go in this game is always the center of your screen. So no matter what your weapon is doing visually, if the center of the screen is over someone, it's going to hit them. So why does the gunplay have this sort of animation, right? This is called visual recoil when I shoot. I'll just demonstrate it real quick. You see how all that visual nonsense is happening, but the screen center is just, you know, where the bullets are hitting? It doesn't really make much sense to me why developers put fake recoil in a game and then make the screen center where your bullets go. Just remove the fake recoil. Remove all this unnecessary animation going on with the iron sights of the weapon and just tie it to screen center like a normal video game does. I think that would make the game be a lot less confusing for some people, because I know some people have come to my stream and asked, well, Enders, where are you supposed to aim? Are you supposed to use the weapon sights, or are you supposed to use the screen center? And you know, I have to explain, like, oh, there's a stupid mechanic in the game that fucking lies to you all the time. So I would remove visual recoil, or at least heavily lessen it. I think part of the reason why they put visual recoil in the game is to do some sort of like weird crossplay balancing. That's one theory I have. Another theory I have is because the devs think it looks cool. Those are the only two reasons why I think they would put it in the game. Now, the last thing I would change in order to make the finals better, but before I get into that, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and of course, subscribe to the channel. I stream every single day, you know, this, that, and the other. Follow the Twitch stream, first link in the description. I would change the movement slightly, okay, very slightly. If you know how the movement works in this game, you know that there is a slight momentum buildup to your movement. It is way more noticeable on classes like medium and heavy, and this can feel a little clunky sometimes, especially on heavy, and all I would do is reduce it about like 25%, just so it feels slightly more responsive and slightly quicker on the sprint and strafing buildup. And past that, I think the game is pretty awesome. So if you enjoy the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment down below what do you think about these 5 things. I would love to hear your thoughts, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one.